Hello and welcome to this incredible interview. I am so excited to be interviewing James Keddington all about his presentation at the upcoming Get Good at Business Summit. So excited for the summit. It is March 15th and 16th, completely dedicated to helping entrepreneurs and business owners get good at business so they can get back into the heart of why they got into business in the first place. And James is an expert at this. He's the owner of Better Me Nation. Better Me Nation is on a mission to help every individual develop healthy habits and lifestyles that empower them to confidently overcome the hard stuff in life so they can ambitiously focus on being their best selves. Every entrepreneur needs this, right? We all know as entrepreneurs, it's way more than just the business. It's us, right? We're working in this. We got to get good at it. So, not knowing he had experienced workplace trauma, James developed poor habits around coping with mental health issues he did not even know he was facing. After several years, he eventually burned out in every category of health. After a 20+ year career in marketing and business consulting, he needed something new. He stepped out of marketing and began to take care of himself. From a lot of trial and error and helping his daughter resolve her own medical issues, James discovered the world of integrative health and nutrition. He went back to school and received an education from the Institution of Integrative Nutrition. He is now working towards helping people avoid extreme burnout and rebound faster and better than he did. He helps individuals do this through group and one-on-one health and human performance coaching, and as a fractional chief wellness officer, helping growing businesses develop wellness programs for their employees. His personal life, James enjoys the outdoors, playing water polo and cooking. He's also been married for 25 years and has 5 children and 2 dogs. So all of that to say, James knows what is up when it comes to setting your business up, operationally speaking, so that you are in control and you are healthy and happy in your business. Right, James?
I think so. Yes.
I love it. And you are speaking specifically on the 10 power habits of unstoppable entrepreneurs, which I think is so needed. And we need these habits. We need to be able to execute on them. We need to be able to implement them in our operations to make things happen. But you had said in your bio, and we just read it, of course, right? You have a lot of experience as in business coaching, consulting, marketing, and all of that supporting or not supporting your health. So tell us how you got to this point to be the expert in teaching us the 10 power habits of unstoppable entrepreneurs.
Yeah. So I spent about 20 years in marketing, whether it be in-house marketing or working for agencies. And depending on the size of the company, a lot of that's operational. You're working with a lot of the how are we growing the whole business aspect of it. And in 2010, I was part of a round of layoffs, like a lot of people were in the fallout of that recession in 2008, 2009. And after that, there was a lot of other things going on. And I started having nightmares every week. And I just thought, okay, it's just a nightmare. But after 18 months of that, I began to become afraid of going to sleep. And so, like, being asleep was worse than being awake. And so I would just do whatever I could to delay the inevitable. And we know that when you're not sleeping good, like lack of sleep, you start behaving like you had too much to drink, you're intoxicated. It's the same effects on your brain. You're not making great decisions. I'm not making good diet choices. I'm not able to deal with emotions. What I didn't realize until I started counseling was that I had trauma.
Mm.
And I was ashamed to call it trauma because I thought trauma was something for some very serious things. Guys who go to war, see some catastrophes, people in bad accidents have very life-changing moments happen to them. And getting laid off, while it's hard, it happens to a lot of people, right? And it should just be something that you just work through and get over. And over a series of time, to make a long story short, just that kicked into a sequence of events of me not being able to manage mental health, emotional health, and impacted my relationships and not knowing how to address any of that. Everything just got bad. And my wife was saying, and so I'd show up for work and not be able to stay awake past 10 a.m. because I was getting 30 minutes of sleep at night because the sleep apnea was just not allowing me to sleep at night. And getting 30 minutes of sleep, man, like in stressful situations, I'm not reacting well to my coworkers.
Right.
As an agency owner, I'm not alert and I can't problem solve and I can't look for new solutions and be creative. And so I just went from an A+ player where I was getting awards, President Club, national recognition, traveling the country, to then a B player and then a C player, a C-. And then I knew it, the people around me knew it, but I didn't know how to fix it.
Mm.
And it wasn't until a series, some events happened in my agency that I had where one of my clients had a company that I said, I really want to do that. And it got me away from the consulting, it got me away from the marketing, and it allowed me space to actually be quiet inside and say, you need to change your health. You need to focus on your sleep. You need to focus on your relationships. And as I started doing those things, everything started getting better and better. And then, solving some problems for my daughter, I figured um, I was introduced to this world of integrative nutrition where, like, when your mental health improves, so does your relationships. And when your diet improves, so does your sleep and your capacity to deal with emotions. And I was like, man, I wish I'd known about this like 8 years ago. This would have been so much easier to rebound and recover instead of having to become bad. I could have just recovered. I could have just been like, oh, cool, we need to solve this and then overcome it and move on and
Yeah.
stayed amazing. So that's kind of so in all my studies, in all my education and working with clients, I discovered that there are 10 habits that show up. When expert A was saying, hey, if you want to take care of your mental health, do this. And then somebody else like, hey, if you want better brain health, do this. I'm like, wow, it's the same thing. And these things keep popping up in all these different segments. And I'm a patterns guy. And
Mhm.
so when I started seeing all these patterns, I was like, I'm going to take note because these are the places I want to invest because the ultimate operating system is me.
Yeah.
If I'm not working right, nothing else around me is going to work right in my life, in the things that I can control. And as a business owner, that includes my business. And so this is where I started when I start. That's when I realized this is the space I want to go into because I know how the ignoring my health impacted my family, how it impacted my ability to own and run a business, how it impacted my ability to volunteer. And I don't want that to happen to other people. And so I said, I'm making a switch. And I
Yes.
got into this here.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. And I think it's something that's so needed for our entrepreneurs who are attending the Get Good at Business Summit because this summit isn't just about marketing or just about operations, right? It's about the areas across the I Move
Right.
method, which stands for intuition, marketing, operations, velocity, which are strategies that help build velocity and execution. And when we look at the habits that we need to create as entrepreneurs, I think it kind of runs that full gamut, right? You can't be proactive in your marketing if you're not mentally and emotionally capable and congruent. You can't make solid decisions to build velocity building strategies or follow your intuition, even if you don't have the habits in place to allow you the space to follow your intuition or to take action on those strategies. Operationally, right? You can't think clearly of the processes, right? There's so many pieces here. And I love in your description, you say, mental, brain, physical, emotional, spiritual, social, and emotional health. Again, we're going to say emotional twice here. Emotional health are inseparably connected. The healthier we are, the better our work performance, contribution, and work relationships are. We are more capable of growth and meaningful impact. And so, in your presentation, again, this is the Get Good at Business Summit, March 15th and 16th. You're going to be sharing the 10 power habits. So, like, if our entrepreneurs don't use any other thing, they don't put any other habits in place, these are the 10 that will help them get where they need to be to become unstoppable entrepreneurs, right?
I believe so because these are all growth capacity building habits, right?
Mhm.
So if you want to get your company to here, but your personal capacity is here, how do you do that? How do you fill that void? You can't, right?
Right.
And so these things build your capacity across that whole I move spectrum. And when we talked earlier, we're like, where does this fit? And we're like, let's just put in operations because this is what makes things work, right? And
Yeah.
so, but yeah, this is all about building your capacity for growth.
Love it, love it, love it. So, if you want to learn those 10 habits to become an unstoppable entrepreneur, James and I want to invite you to attend the Get Good at Business Summit. It is a completely virtual summit, so you can join from the comfort of your own home and office. And it is March 15th and 16th. And James, as a speaker, he has a special code to give you tickets for free. So just put James's name in the link or in the registration, and you can get your tickets for free. And then, James, you have something awesome too that you are giving away to one live attendee after your presentation. Do you know and have what that is yet?
Yes. So I'm going to be helping individual just do a basic consultation where we review where they're sitting with those 10 power habits. And we put together a game plan on which habits are going to be most impactful for improvement in them right now. Because you can't focus on all of them at once.
Right, right.
But we're going to know which ones are going to make the most impact on this right now. And so we're going to set a game plan for you and then have a follow-up coaching session afterwards to see how well you're doing on that.
Boom, mic drop. So that is going to be so amazing. And that is for one of our live attendees after James's presentation. So you want to make sure not only to come to the Get Good at Business Summit to learn from James and from our other 20 plus speakers, all dedicated to helping you get good at business, but also if you attend live, you get access and opportunities to these type of one-on-one consultations to really help you take your business to the next level. So James, thanks so much for joining me today and for being so willing and awesome and open to sharing your expertise with the members of the Get Good at Business community. So excited for your upcoming presentation, and we'll chat soon.